Alright, what is going on YouTube? This is PXG Cash Howard bringing you another league battle. This time, once again, battling someone that I know. This time, Liam, a fellow monk, and also the captain, the good old Captain Liam. Just like CB, Liam's been really helping me out with a lot of stuff behind the scene. So it's kind of like a back-to-back week where I have to fight the person that's been helping me a lot backstage. And I do like highly respect these people. And I literally told both of them, before matches, I do respect you a lot, no hard feelings of about what's gonna happen. I'm gonna go for the best. So, not the best. I'm gonna go for God, I can't even put in a word. I'm going to do whatever it takes to kind of win, but just know that I'm having fun at the same time, and it's also like a learning experience that they both agreed, that they're expecting this battle to go out well. So as usual, we got the usual suspects. Now, we brought Miltank back. We made enough money, from milking her. So she's taking back her rightful spot over Reggie Steele, who did nothing last week. And we're giving Zapdos a break this week, and this time we're bringing in Electros, or Electros, I mean, just for a little variety. This week we're going up against Volcarona, Mega Tyranitar, Excadrill, Slowbro, Diancie, and Gengar. Like I said, the usual suspects: Victini, Miltank, Suicune, Nidoking, Mega Altaria, all present, and the substitute this week is Electros. So now I will say one thing about this battle. This is probably my favorite fight so far in this league. And as usual, all good things, there's always something wrong with it. You never have that perfect thing. This entire fight was plagued with hacks on both sides. And if anyone were to look beyond all these hacks, you probably would have seen me play at probably what would be considered my best so far in this league. In terms of, doing what needs to be done and predicting my opponent without over-predicting. And like I said, Liam's the captain. Liam probably has more better battle experience than I do. And Liam was not, praying to Arceus for all these things, especially when most of it happened to him as well. So let's see what I'm talking about. You guys want to know what these hacks are? Let's get right to it. Let's start week 5 of the league. Alright, so Captain Liam starts out with Poe the Gengar. A shiny Gengar at that. And I decided to start off with Victini. Now, the reason I started with Victini, because I wanted to scout literally this Pokemon specifically, which I was not expecting to be the first poke, but it was. The reason why I actually decided to stay in was because I'm a Scarf Victini, so I wanted to determine what item that Gengar had. And it was a Scarf Gengar. So Victini was gladly able to live. So I recall it and bring out Miltank. Because as I said, if it's Scarfed, it can't touch me now. He recalls his Gengar and brings out the Slowbro. I go for the rocks. And I believe... yeah, I recall Miltank back. Because Miltank does not take special hits well. And I go into Electros. Because, type advantage, He goes for the Skull, and the Burn. Luckily for me, I decided not to go for physical Electros, but I did go for a special. I go for the Giga Drain, recover some health, and at the same time, Slowbro is weak to grass moves because of his water typing. He goes for Psychic. I am an Assault vested Electros, so I do eat this pretty well. As I continue taking more damage from the Burn. He recalls his Slowbro and brings out Carbonette the Diancie. I believe I went... and there goes the damage from the rocks. I believe I swapped out because I was predicting to switch. And I go into Nidoking? Yes. Now, I believe I am extremely faster than Diancie, so I go for Earth Power. And with the damage already taken from the rocks, Diancie goes down. this up with 6-5 already. He comes back with Slowbro. Takes a little bit of damage from the rocks. I am still faster than this also, so I go for Thunderbolt, which I'm not sure if he even thought I would have carried it. He goes for Scald. And it is super effective because I am weak to water, and for the second time he gets the burn. So this Nidoking is not going to help me in no shape or form at this point. With 6 HP, he's not going to live just one hit. So he recalls the Slowbro back out to Probe. I went neutral in terms of the move because I didn't want to go for Earth Power because this thing is levitating, so I go for Thunderbolt. Which is the only, and it's a crit. So down goes Poe the Gengar. And at the same time, there goes the Nidoking from the burn. Taking down 2 powerhouses with it. He next goes into Dragon Zord the Tyranitar. And I go back into my Victini, knowing at this point, the only other poke that really here would outspeed me, because I am a Scarf Victini, is the Excadrill, if it is Scarfed, and even if it's not, I believe. With the sand up, it would still be a problem. So he Megas, because as the rules state, you have to Mega your first turn. I go for the U-turn, because it is going to hurt Tyranitar because of its Dark typing. So I believe I go into... No, I go back into Electros. He goes for the Dragon Dance. So now at this point, this thing is it's a little bit, it's faster than me now. Well, it was faster than me before by a little bit, if I recall. But now it's guaranteed to outspeed me, and I am taking damage from both the sand and the burn. He goes for the Stone Edge, and he misses. And I go for the Giga Drain to recover some health back. I did say this match was going to be very hack effective, so I did get the Stone Miss. And I did get a crit earlier on the Gengar, so now at this point I guess we're kind of tied in terms of hacks. He actually lands Stone Edge this time around. And then down, and it was a crit, so there. Down goes Electros, actually putting in work from one of those bench pokes. Go into Miltank. He goes for Stone Edge, he gets it again. But Miltank is physically invested, but it does show how much T-Tar hurts. I go for the EQ, which I don't think he figured I would have been carrying. And down goes Mega Tyranitar. So at this point, because T-Tar is down, if this Excadrill is not Mold Breaker, and he does rely on the sand, now I have to at least outlive enough so that the sand goes away. So I recall Miltank back and call out Suicune because I know both ground and steel Suicune wouldn't take much damage from it. He goes for the Rapid Spin to remove the rocks I set up earlier with Miltank. Probably to protect the Volcarona for when it wants to appear. But he's Life Orb, so I know now he's not Scarfed, and there goes the sand. So now I know at this point my Victini would outspeed this Excadrill. He withdraws the Excadrill, and I believe he goes into Slowbro. I go for the Scald. Slowbro recovering that big run of attack that he took from Nidoking because he has Regenerator. So he can still at full health. I decide to swap out because I know for a fact if he goes for the Scald, at least Altaria won't get hurt badly from it because it does resist water attacks. He goes for Grass Knot. Slowbro was expected to go toe-to-toe with Suicune. So I do take the advantage at this point to Mega Evolve. And seeing at this point, I believe in my head I felt like at this point, you know, I had this in the bag. I go for the Dragon Dance. Raise up my attack and defense and speed, my mistake. He goes for the Ice Beam. I am weak to ice, and he freezes me. If anyone's keeping track at home, I have no idea what number we're at in terms of the hacks. So, I'm still frozen. He goes for the Ice Beam again. And Altaria goes down before he would actually doing anything. So we're sitting on a nice 3-3 right now. I bring back out Victini. And I go for Bolt Strike. I know the electric move would hurt, and I know with how strong I am, it should hurt. He probably lived at like 1 or 2 HP. And there goes the paralysis. And he's paralyzed. So I go for Bolt Strike again. Because at this point, I think even at this point, he probably just gave up with Slowbro. And down goes Slowbro. And we're sitting now at a 3-2. Now here comes Volcarona. And I go into Suicune. Applying the pressure. He goes for Quiver Dance. Which raises his special attack, special defense, and its speed. He goes for Giga Drain. And that hurts. That hurts a lot. I go for the Scald. Because I know Scald would hurt, and then with the increase of special defense, it does help him out a bit. He goes for the Quiver Dance again. And at this point is kinda it. Unless, you know, the gods decide to intervene and hack some more. I go for the Scald again. The HP goes down a little bit lower. Suicune gets a little bit of increase to with HP. And he goes straight for the Giga Drain. And another crit! Like I said, I hope you guys are keeping track at home, because I already gave up. So down goes Suicune. So at this point, and he's Life Orb, so I bring out Victini, but not even the, with the Choice Scarf, I'm not going to be able to outspeed at his +2. He goes for the Fiery Dance. Even though I do resist it because I am a Fire type, it still kills me. And he gets the increase in his special attack from Fiery Dance. Down goes my Victini. Life Orb damage does take a hit, and we're down to good old Bessie the Miltank. And here comes the Fiery Dance again. And there goes Miltank. So that match, all hack invested, was a good 0-2.
And there goes the battle!
But still, this was probably, like I did say earlier, it was probably one of my favorite matches because I did feel I was actually playing to like the strongest capabilities that I could. And the overall match, outside of all the hacks that were going around left and right, without those hacks, I feel like this match could have probably went a different way. After we battled, we did talk a lot about it. Like, at certain points, it's kind of like, okay, it's now on my side, it's now on his side, it's on our side, it's kind of 50-50 now. And like, for every hack, it's like, it's now leaning back on your side. I believe once Altaria got frozen was before it was 50-50. No, once he froze, it became 50-50, but once he got the boost with Volcarona, it was already, you know, there was nothing at that point I could really do. So right now we're sitting at a 2-3. You know, we're on a losing streak right now, a very bad one. I believe we've dropped down in terms of placing by a lot. But still, there's been enough practice because the next week I'm going to fight the guy who's currently in first place and currently undefeated. So hopefully I've been learning a little in between all this proper prediction that I could probably maybe topple and probably give that first L. But we'll see. As always, thanks for watching. I do appreciate it. This is PXG Cash Hour, and I hope to see you guys next week for week 6 of D-League. See ya!